free more. Yes, so
I go mindful. Where the mamu. Aha, Light Enterprise. I was so kind City Light Junction. You know maybe I do mujuma tail light. Headlight, front and back bumpers, front grill, down grill. There's also on side lighting travigators. There's on fog lighting so. Either light na spec light, charger, normal, American type, Japan type, China. Ni na ye who party now of the Light Enterprise. Radio trauma some beba abuso kan City Light Junction. Mo be hwehwe be Light Enterprise na mo ni yedi juma. Tinia the one on person muntu duduo na mo ankasa mo koton so ye wo wholesale sakesi a ya fe mu ni o mama a ye de man kofo mu person muntu na mo koton ye sanso ye delivery nationwide say ye Prisiao ye Kumasi ye Takrade North Takwa honi na ye delivery ma ade bia person fan spare ke wo car ye hwe nim say only the Light Enterprise ba be di juma. Your special discount we are Yama Diamond TV ashefo nyina into wo frɛ your numbers to now kasa wo fa your number no Diamond TV. Your special discount we are yet so ma. Your show nim say only the Light Enterprise ba be yoduba. The Light Enterprise, your satisfaction is our priority.
So wo pe Ben Light Enterprise e tra kwan dia wo aboso kan City Light Junction honoma anase obetimi afrem penyufo e wo 0247 888591 and 0245 966 186 0599 640 abo me mashefo nyina ajo emomakwaba Diamond Kasia su eni ene eye opepombo sunu da tosu eduonu miensa won fempemienu ni eduonu enum wo maimu nsam ena afi amahodro so nsama yaboabo ano no emre aso se yede besomo ewo Diamond Kasia so Kasia bono ensama ebedimu akutini bi ense ende ayemrahwe bejefie wo mo age eye ministers insia bi atoma John Dramani Mahama wo ye Ghana mampani enso aso ewon in
Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ene wodi afutu emu ode pa akọ ediama aswafo ayapa wo mo so mo besom oman Ghana say wo mo nsum oman Ghana ewo ahobrasie mu
Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama nso eden say ye what is asem way eto eye nsem trofo and afeso asofo nyina enem
Penny pa woda CSO empanyifo enene wode adesrade so eto Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama enim say wo momoden pa no wonye hyehyeye betimi atwa galamsey nsensem so
Yene sama hudu obi enene nwumre ya boabo no ayede ba besomo ewo Diamond Kasia so ma yemfa seda kese pa enkoma ya boafo nyina Diamond Ground Real Estate ena afeso Diamond Ground Travel and so debi ada asemba kope ena meka mesisa opasa se krojen asase amanso eni ho asase a one landguard fo enya sam dia Nessa odi weni etwem ewo Diamond Grand Real Estate acha kwan won beboa ama wonsa etimi akebi afenso no Diamond Grand Travel and also free for so fa kwento krata simbiara fa beda no na wonye bibiara kama emfama wope wona etwa kwan Ola pass Tabura number 5 Omani Diamond TV and our dan krone mu friend penny for our 0552 385 028
I said that fabric says so F was a fabric no the F na F4 ewo my Ghana ha enen kran de wonya na ba bia just that fabric we na cha kwan ewo new Makola shopping mall inside the wa obehu aseda fabric aya wo mo ne Methodist book depot enedi enhwani mu boro ahonom na esa afia ya sha sei koje endema ne bi na koton
my ambassador so Emma Belite Enterprise se kanka ne ahuni amenyina no we piemu ewo na so ya ubenya bia ne bo ewo forma eye papa enu tin hwehwe Belite Enterprise echa kwan ewo enkran ha ye aboso kan or City Light Junction ana afrepanyipa no ewo 0247888591
Rich May Beauty Supply so Efrefra was say spa honie ma nails honie ma chese obeso obie salon nko ade ne bra na kache na beje eniema ne bi betu biton so now so timi nya sika ehye oboto hwe na cha kwan awo New Makola shopping mall inside ho eho na obi hu no
Hajjusly Empire say wapomodu hu hia na wedie hu ehia ye papa padia na chese waba edi ama wo beboa ama wapomodin akonkan wo beboa ama wedie ayefe eno ti no wa supplement ahodo a wodi abedwa so a woni edi ba beboa eno ti no hwehwe Hajjusly Empire twa kwan e wo La Paz e ya beka kwan na so woni total filling station no en addition no mfre Hajja e wo 02
ko wo nko ade ne ma ade ba ko wunyina bra no mba gene kama e fama na wa wo foforo so de ai bra na beje enkwada ne ma toys je se worker bibi biara e fa mofra ho de Joanne Talent Enterprise wase owobi e de ma hwehwe ne cha kwan e wo tudu enkran
enyuma kwei adarma enen enyuma wo mo ebo ye chido ma ye de Diamond Kase eba beso mo enen enyuma akenkan fo eyeme ma osiponya mini aba
afia frempoma
ye betwa ye ho aba ye ba ye de Kase bo ni ntremu ebeto aso Ebusia for ya samo bibiara akaba bem se sisia na wuchim we fidie no ato hadia na Diamond Kase na weniguso a wuhwe afei Kase boni ntremu enin Ghana ya mampeni John Dramani Mahama ade achese enade ayenemu Kase de mrahwe bedwefie wo mo age minister anase minister insia atuma sisi ade wo mo aswe won yi na Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahama edi won anima wo mo aswe in na ministers no ebi Castle Atoforsen Haruna Idrisu na chese ene John Jinapo ne wona ekeka ho bebre enu ntini sisi ade Jubilee House de wo mo aswe ministers insia
task of resetting our dear country Ghana, which has suffered in recent years from severe crisis in many sectors. As the ministers are approved by Parliament and as they are sworn in, I'll proceed to name deputy ministers for some of the ministries, which will bring the total ministers to 60, as I promised the people of Ghana. This will make this government Ghana's leanest and I believe most efficient government ever in history. I've just sworn you in the first 6 ministers who are responsible for perhaps the most critical sectors of our national life, especially the economy and the energy sector. In economy, the people of Ghana are looking up to you, Dr. Forson, to reduce inflation and make life more affordable, reduce the cost of living. They're looking up to you to bring our debt level to bring our national debt to sustainable levels. They're looking to you to stabilize our currency, and they're looking to you to rein in the deficit so that we can achieve macroeconomic stability. To you, the Honorable Minister of Energy, Mr. John Ablai Jinapon, Ghanaians are looking for stable and efficient power supply. They are looking to you to accelerate our upstream and downstream petroleum sectors in order that Ghanaians can reap the benefit of the potential that God has given us. They're also looking to you to manage the energy sector debt and be able to remove it as an albatross around the neck of our economy. Bad roads. You have the duty not only to maintain existing roads, but to provide new roads for smooth transportation. And probably one of the most difficult and complex sectors, and that is education. The Honorable Haruna Iddrisu is supposed to work for the people of Ghana to ensure quality education and to ensure that we equip our young people with the skills that they need to go into the world of work.
Ghana Mampeni John Dramani Mahama enene wadi afutuo pa emu ode ede akọ ama wona ya pa wo mo se wo mo beso maman Ghana ne se wo mo nsom e wa hobrase odo e na afi adwumaden emu.
Through determined efforts, I can report that we have now averted the looming threat of power outages. And began delivering fuel to the thermal plants in the east in advance of the shutdown of the West African gas pipeline. And Honorable Jinapo, I want to congratulate you for working very hard. Similar timely interventions have been necessary in areas such as education, where an acute food shortage was a major problem when schools were ordered to reopen on 3rd January. We have put in short-term measures to ensure that our children have adequate food so that they can go ahead with their learning. These are short-term measures and will help to keep our children in school, even as we strategize on streamlining the supply of food to schools and pay off arrears that are owed to schools, some dating from as far back as 2021. I therefore charge you to serve in humility and candor, always remembering that we serve at the pleasure of the Ghanaian people and that the authority we exercise emanates from them. We must exhibit tolerance for their views and work to meet their aspirations. This government will not tolerate arrogance or disrespect for the people who elected us into office. We must be transparent and fair in all our dealings. The anti-corruption institutions will be empowered to investigate and deal with any appointee who falls foul of the law. I expect all of you to begin the process of declaring your assets. The Chief of Staff will announce the cutoff date by which time all eligible appointees should have deposited their assets declaration forms with the Auditor General.
We have been with you throughout your days in opposition. We have witnessed the misgovernance and misrule of the previous administration. We've learned, indeed, that Ghanaians will not tolerate such misgovernance any longer. We've taken a cue from what you've just told us. We want to assure you that we'll serve and serve in such a way to make you the best president in the Fourth Republic.
Ebusiafo ye to akase bono so dia na Ghana ye Mampeni John Dramani Mahama wode adesede mu odempa e de akoma Ghana fo nyina se ye nyina ye te omaimu na se bibi entwe yie na ekoso e wo maimu dia Ghana ni bia e wo ho kwan se wo obekasa esan se wo bia e wo right se bibi bia re ekoso a wo mpa bia no wo betimi amane ne so na ono de na aban enye aban a ombetete Ghana ni bia enu ntini wo sere wanda se bibi ekoso e wo maimu na se wo
With this attention that Ghana has had, we have an objective to evaluate and reset from time to time. For any organization or any venture anybody is involved in, you continue to monitor the progress you make. And from time to time, you must do a reset and make sure that things are on the right track. I think we had such a moment. In 1992, we adopted a new constitution. We've been operating that constitutional governance for the last 32 years or so. And the time has come for us to look at that whole construct again and make adjustments to make sure that we continue to progress. Recent opinion polls have shown a reduction in the faith of our people in our democracy, and it was reflected on that day, unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, when there was an introduction of heads of states from very many different countries. And the applause that was given to the head of state from Burkina Faso was the loudest. And so that should tell us something, that as politicians and Democrats, we need to set up to continue to hold the faith of our young people in our democratic governance. And so these are issues that the church, as the moral voice of society and the conscience of the nation, must continue to be one of the watchdogs. And so I urge you, when things are not going well, to be able to raise your voices and draw our attention to it. The government I lead is not an intolerant government. And if people speak and criticize us, we're not going to come and harass them and hound them and give them threatening phone calls. And so I believe that the church can speak freely, the media can speak freely, and we will take it as, a positive instrument for correcting whatever they are referring to. Volta region is a very important region to Ghana in terms of food production, agriculture, tourism, and so many other things. And I think that we can take advantage of that and improve its potential to be able to create opportunities for our citizens who live there. And so our main focus in respect of Volta region to be to improve the infrastructure in terms of the road network, in terms of education, in terms of healthcare, in terms of access to clean drinking water, in terms of extension of electricity, so that people can use it to generate small and medium enterprises to be able to earn incomes for themselves. So that would be our main focus. But then also the focus will be on exploiting the potential so that we can create jobs for the young people especially. And so in that regard, agriculture and agribusiness is one of the places we want to look at. And so the production of oil palm, already there's an initiative that is providing seedlings to young farmers and others who are interested in producing oil palm. We're not just going to grow the oil palm, we're going to put the processing facilities for the oil palm in the Volta region so that as the farmers harvest, we would have the processing facilities to process the oil palm for the market.
Ebusafo ya to akase bone so dia na nei dom kuma e wo mrahye bedwamu e na omode so boy mu oden pa eboga na mampani John Dramani Mahama ese wabu oman emra eso efrisem wayi aswafo a wantimi anfomo ankwankwoche Council of State.
Section 41 states that the president shall appoint such officers in consultation with what? The Council of State. We as a minority believe that the president has acted in breach of this act or the provisions of Act 463. And we are requesting of the president to kindly withdraw this letter and act in consultation with the Council of State, which is not in place. At best, this letter could have been issued with a paragraph to state that these appointments are being made pending the composition of the Council of State, and that they will be regularized in conformity with this act.
Ebusiafo ya to akase abono so dia na mrahwebejani edema ada abato empeswa so won monyamfo comfort do ekujo na wode so bo emu odempa ebo New Patriotic Party NPP amanyoko ne se ye kase chese amanyoko a wo mode eye basabasa yo aba wo manmu dia na ye NPP amanyoko no enu tino wonya ensema wo kekase bibibiara ekoso a chese na memra kwanso na se ye basabasa ye bia eye NDC fo ene ye ba na ose yete wo manmu an ye de order bi dai e ba ya ye youth anase mebu na wo manmu atu wo ho agumu eno tino se ye kase chese amanyoko a wo mode eye mentime ho ase na basabasa ya ba wo manmu ye papa dia na a New Patriotic Party eye amanyoko.
Speaker, I just want you to put a mirror here for each and everyone to go and look into the mirror to see who are the perpetrators when it comes to violence. Mr. Speaker, violence started in this country when we were going to do the Etiwa by-elections. That is where we saw serious violence in this country. Etiwa Yechire Bibi Kakra, we have 2 balls. All die be die. That is what sparked the youth at that time, and they realized that, look, let us all involve ourselves in this violence because even our leaders are examples. Mr. Speaker, when MPP won the elections, we were all in Ghana here. Never in the history of Ghana, when His Excellency President Rawlings left power and we handed over to President Kufuor, there was no violence. When Atta Mills came and we handed over to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there was no violence. There was peace in this country. Journalists can go about, do their work, TV stations, attack government. Nobody chased and arrested them. So the former president, Nana Akufo-Addo, came to power, and his time was the time that we experienced. Even speaking alone is something that they will come after you, and every man in this country turned to a woman.
Ebusafo yet to akase abone so dia and na member of parliament Emma Tonon constituency on Monyamfo Habib Idrisu and ne wode so bu emu ode pa ebo National Democratic Congress NDC amanyoko ne say menteme ho ase ene ntokwa esiye ewo abato achi no osusu se na wota achiri.
Their comments indicate and suggest that they have no problem with the violence that is going on in our country. About 4 of them on their feet, none of them have condemned the post-election violence. They rather seek to justify, they rather seek to support, they rather seek to encourage that there is nothing wrong with what is going on. Mr. Speaker, if political parties from 92, we've changed hands, both NDC and PP. In 2000, in 2008, in 2016, and in 2024. It should not be the case that wherever there is a change of power from one political party to the other, we should experience election violence. It should not be the case. But our colleagues, from the way and their posture, is suggesting that whatever is going on in the country, they are in full support of it. And it is normal. And it is something they are encouraging their people to do. Mr. Speaker, I want to call on the youth of this country. That as a matter of fact and agencies, if they are encouraged by any political player or any political leader to involve or get involved in this act, must stop immediately. They should rather seek to get jobs. They must rather seek to be able to place themselves very well and look for opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the youth of the NDC will not be the only people who are disappointed. In this House so far, President Mahama have made 42 appointments, ministerial appointments. Out of that, only 28 are MPs, 11 with 18 from his 16. And you are 183, including the independent, to make 187. So you will not be the only people who will be disappointed, the NDC youth. Your MPs will equally be disappointed. They will equally be disappointed. Over 120 of them will be disappointed.
Canadian Defense Minister Dominic Ntewo nsɛm bi abatudwa wo kyerɛ say Ghana Mampani John Dramani Mahama ne nyina esi a wesi se enya de a wo presidential flight ebekɔ bebi a wo bekɔ bia no wonyan esan se Ghana ye presidential jet no ade a kyese hwe enye na esibia ye wo betimi de akɔ bebi bia wo pese wo ye no njai se wo private flight ekɔ bia ahodo ne no nti no wo sre na da se nyina ese na wo no esi no wonsan so entwen sign biem.
On what my honorable friend, Honorable Nyindam raised, and not very into who rented private jets and who didn't rent private jets. As Minister for Defense, and the records available to me, President Mahama kept on renting private jets. I'm saying any time that the president's jet was not available, the communication squadron jet was not available for whatever reasons, the president always rented it and used it. The difference today is that the current jet is serviceable. It can move. It is working. It is wrong for the president of the republic to be going on commercial jets when the jet that Ghana used their money to pay for and buy is available and it's working.
The president embarked on, he went on how do you call it, a commercial flight. Mr. Speaker, I forgive you. Mr. Speaker, it is very, very rich of the former defense minister who sat there and President Akufo-Addo traveled on countless occasions on very expensive private jets, is today telling us that our jet is fit for purpose. So how come you couldn't put the president, the former president, on the same jet flight? Immediately you left office, the jet has become serviceable. Very, very rich. The jet only became serviceable for a president when you left office. Isn't that telling? You want him to take that jet? How come President Akufo-Addo never took that jet? In any case, Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, the fact is that President Mahama is different from President Akufo-Addo. I'm saying that, I'm telling you that President Mahama went on the trip for which has been announced on a commercial jet, a commercial flight. President Akufo-Addo never takes that. He takes very expensive jet, and I'm saying that as we speak, President Mahama has never embarked on those flights that President Akufo-Addo have been embarking on. As a defense minister, I think you should be clear on this.
He made a point that President Mahama is different. In fact, President Mahama is indeed different. That is why I'll respond to it. That is why President Akufo-Addo will not travel on a flight owned by his brother. A flight owned by his brother, he not. So, yeah, the point he made about the difference between the two personalities. Yes, President Mahama will gladly travel on his brother's flights, but Akufo-Addo will travel on a flight owned by the state. That is the difference. That is the difference, and you are refusing to recognize.
Also for Ayapa no Emma Youth Development and Empowerment on Monyan for George Opare Ado and then they wash Ghana for yina boss say Wabema Mabunu Ejuma Aye and found so your NPP new and I say NDC ni.
NDC manifesto promises to create sustainable and decent jobs for the youth through strategic partnerships with the private sector, through strategic partnership with the private sector. Can you outline specific policies and timelines for job creation, if you can? And how will you ensure these opportunities reach marginalized youth in rural areas?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For any government policy to affect young people directly, we must first be intentional and deliberate. Over the years, we've had a lot of youth policies, but because we've not been deliberate and intentional, we missed out. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has a vision of resetting Ghana. And by resetting, he's not only talking about resetting in terms of building infrastructures or what have you. We first need a mind reset. And for every young person to be productive, we must first appreciate the challenges that comes with it. For instance, let's take the agricultural sector. We talk about our grape not being attractive to young people, but the question we ask ourselves is, have we been able to break down agriculture to the young person, to him to appreciate that without agriculture, he may not be able to live? Because once his survival is threatened, then DEC promises to create sustainable jobs in our manifesto, and that we are going to do. We are going to create jobs in the green sector. We are going to create jobs within the ICT space. We have spared the AU African Technological Strategic Report. It means that 350 million jobs will be needed from 2025 to 2030. Clearly, if Ghana is not equipped with the right skills, we will lose out. Also, the kind of jobs that exist today, the sad aspect is that most of these jobs in the next 5 to 10 years will not be available because of machine learning and machines taking over most of these jobs. So we must equip the Ghanaian youth for the next generation so that they will be able to take advantage and work hard. And most importantly, we also need the private sector. Without the private sector, we will not be able to create all the jobs we are promising to create. So government is willing, the youth ministry is willing to partner with government and create jobs. And we are going to create jobs in various aspects.
Now, Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, I want Apa no George Opare Ado, and in Sembi at Ghana for Nima watchers. So one of the Nepno there will be at her Ediama will be Biara and found say we are NDC ni, we are MPP, we are Santini, we are Beniche say, we are good Christian and as we are Muslim crown one of the and the Yana say ya pound say on be Ghana for you and no will be Biara all here in Mwabiano. What them one ebema was and yes, na effata.
Organizer of the NDC.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
And so, because of our architecture of our political system, the winner takes all. There seemed to be the belief from young people who are not necessarily aligned to your party that in the event that the NDC and its Minister of Youth has an opportunity to create jobs for young people, they may not be considered because you are the National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Can you convince me and the people of Ghana, especially the youth, that you are going to be fair, you are going to be patriotic, and you are going to apply your role or your office justifiably?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, for anybody, irrespective of political party, creed, religion, or ethnicity, I am here to serve the good people of Ghana. And as National Youth Organizer of the NEC, that will not limit me, and I want to assure this committee that my doors will be open to every young person who wants to see some development and improvement in his life. The good thing is that, let me quote Elon Musk. He says, "Your education doesn't matter to me. Give me a code and I will employ you." I don't care which political party you belong to. Give me a proposal that will create jobs for young people and I will work with you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Institute of Public Relations and NA Wade Ensembi Atu Jase Wamudia Wamutai Ghana man Penny John Dramani Mahama Echi den na Penny Power dasa equal anui Madam Esther Kuba ensoso echiremu eka se wata na chipa entiso hia emwabia dia womomode emfre womona womobeba ababesom no.
People of Ghana have decisively given you, Mr. President, a mandate to lead us, build the Ghana we all want. And we are going to do it together. We say again, congratulations. We wish you well. We also know it will not be an easy task. We are very glad that a member of our noble institute is the president of our country. That deserves a clap, a smile. Our members are obviously really pleased. The current executive committee and council took office barely a year ago with a determination to build a strong community of excellent communication professionals with an impactful voice nationally, continentally, and globally. Our aim is to have an institute where all members feel a strong sense of belonging and also wear membership of the institute as a badge of honor.
With regards to government communications, you notice that there's no information ministry in the lineup of 23 ministries that we recently announced. That was partly in response to our promise to downsize government, but then it also meant that we had to be very strategic. We dealt especially with the flow of information from government, because that's critical to the success of whatever we intend to do. And so the structure we put was to bring information into the presidency, and that's how come we have a Minister of State in charge of government communications, and then to make sure that we're able to anchor it with a string of strong communication to the public as possible. One of the things that remain to be done is to bring the Information Services Department under the presidency and modernize that organization from a civil service organization into a modern organization that gives guaranteed information flow to the public in respect of whatever government is doing. The days of the cinema vans, Siniabo is gone. Now we have all kinds of new instruments of communication. That department must be reformed. We know that our job as communications professionals is more difficult than ever before. And we need to train and retrain, because the knowledge world is moving so fast. And it's not what it used to be like, where we had simple newsletters and things. Now the new media and artificial intelligence and all that means that we must continue to train and retrain to be on the cutting edge of this technology that is going forward. And so I think that is one of the things our institute must focus its attention on, how to bring communications professionals at the cutting edge of the new media. Of course, it's been taken by the public. Everybody is into the new media, artificial intelligence and all that.
Ebusiafo yaba home kase abono so akwaje aboafo enkrato aba yeba to aso.
top. AMG baby. Swap. Beyond control.
Can promise, yeah. Oh, me can't tell they will say, where me and my kumo, and nobody gon' break us up, boy. Nobody break us up, boy. Oh, me can't tell where I get, we see me one man, and girl, I never see your type, boy. I never see your type, boy. You know, maybe I go, although I go. Baby, I never see your type. My girl, I like your vibe. For your love in a good time. Baby, I go. Although I go. Baby, I never see your type. My girl, I like your vibe. For your love in a good time.
Ya mama kwa abadiba Eileen Madake. Eileen Madake de. Ajebia efa akwala bi afiti day 1 na wo be nyinsɛn up to 16 years. Eileen Madake wo. Bro nyanso pe baby ato wo maniama. Bra Eileen Madake ye wo mema ne maniama. Ye wholesalers ye retailers. Eileen Madake wo baby nyama bia te say wardrobes, toys, baby food, diapers. Ajebia efa baby wo de Eileen Madake na wo be nyano. Ye main branch e wo GCB e wo Kanshi. Uko Spintex, Eileen Madake was Star Oil. Uko Blake, my Eileen Madake Ben Malcolm. Uko Aboblosia, number 45. Eileen Madake wo Osu ye Ben Presby. Adie BFA baby nyama hunde Eileen Madake and Ahubenyano. Your number ni 054 917 8137. 054 917 8137. Bomodian friend Eileen Madake. Yen ye be show brony.
I am Brazil, Obi Otamase, and my house a pink in a way number 1. But I am number 1. Missy, I don't yet to go. I am Brazil, Obi Otamase, and yes, I want faint in a way number 1. But I am number 1. Your back like plantation, turn around the rotation. Baby girl, you deserve a standing ovation. It's in the baby, I go. Although I go. Baby, I never see your type. My girl, I like your vibe. For your love in a good time. Baby, I go. Although I go. Baby, I never see your type. My girl, I like your vibe. For your love in a good time. What's it?
Yeah, all the pretty things you do. Yeah. That be why I know they take you for a fool. Although you will be one, no be two. Girl, I never see your type. To be honest, that's the truth. Hey.
Loving my bestie, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel say she feel the same way I do.
You are welcome to Elioka Enterprise. Toby Bimau Mamia, Brelioka Enterprise. You were brazier and pants. Upesa we are wedding now. No problem, Braha. Ubenya menina upe. Upunu bedo more. Because Uto were local enterprise. There were singlet, quality ones, very nice ones for children. Nkwada, penifua, uwa papa pesa uchena dia. Local enterprise. Nema quality singlet. Obe shenwa boudin. Ya wanyame bebre so to say bed sheets. Ya was single bed sheets, double. King size and queen size. Nini na ewe local enterprise. Me frau se bra for when you be share a local enterprise. Bibia wuhiano, I'm there for you. I say what person who Pierre, which body coma. Ya one near me so yem. Bibi said Nika Gedeli. Ya sign what stomach girdles. Nice ones, quality ones. Uta wunu hukra. Elioka Enterprise. Nebema we munina. I feel we try me ha. There were quality panties from Turkey. Very good ones. US dear wo UK dear wo Turkey dear wo into ba ubeye with choice. Ubesha ubeka say pio to edie me ko to atwene mpese me ko Elioka Enterprise you iti ye wo ha mo enti ye wo ha I face our lazy beer. Busha na transparent way specially made cotton one underwear. I will be share what will lace I say. You were I see your brand singlets, pants, boxes. Were a local enterprise. Uba Kasemi Leo James, a popular. It's usually local enterprise. Bra, Mokola Rolling Spark. Your city gold, the cheap. The number is 024 67 40 651. Your number for fraud so 054 661 8141. Local enterprise na a honor quality goods for.
I'm loving my bestie and I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel say she feel the same way I do. But she call me brother. I know the bad.
For ya sama wo bibiara akwaba biom Diamond Kaseɛ ena wenugu so awuhwe yeto akaseɛ bɔne so diana minister won apaw no se wono enembehwe fisheries and agriculture so won munyamfo Emilia Atta eden sambi abetudwa wochom se wukopiem ewo Ghana Marine Inland Fisheries Resources na chese se ne ho atete apansam ne de chese aye asekra ye no hwea enye ye no te no wo to nsa e de frɛ aban ona o de adesrede emu odin e de frɛ aban senkebe ya won ma wonani enko ho.
The next one is establish a Blue Economy Commission to sustainably harness and regulate our marine and freshwater resources. The next one is to enhance aquaculture through improved fish genetics, commercial fingerling production, strengthened quality assurance, and disease control.
Let's stay there. So on this third one, how do you hope to implement this?
As we know, aquaculture is extremely important since fisheries provide 60% of protein for Ghanaians, but our marine and inland fish resources are depleting. So we need to enhance aquaculture. Currently, we have only 6 or so large aquaculture 6 large-scale farms, 14 medium-scale, and a lot, 2,300 small-scale aquaculture farmers. So one of the things that we intend to do is to support, attract, direct, facilitate funding for operators of aquaculture farms. Also, one of the very expensive things that affects aquaculture is the feed, because the inputs into feed are imported and it makes the feed very, very expensive.
Abusafo ye to akase bone so edia na civil society organization aye twaniti awase CSO ene wo de adesore de pa ye mu odin eto Ghana Mampani John Dramani Mahama enim se wo momode enfa enhyehyeye enwu akwa mu se ne be ya illegal mining eto ebitwa ewo my Ghana.
Mining continues unabated, resulting in environmental degradation, the destruction of cocoa farms, and the pollution of vital water bodies. We urge you, Mr. President, to 1. Issue a bold directive to halt all illegal mining activities immediately to deter those who defy the law. 2. Repeal the Environmental Protection Regulation 2022, LI 2462, and enhance enforcement of existing mining laws. 3. Empower districts and regional security councils, that's DISEC and RESEC, to enforce bans effectively at the local level. And 4, expedite prosecution of illegal miners by getting the Attorney General to work with the Chief Justice to establish a special court to fast-track illegal mining cases. These actions are vital to protect our forests, rivers, and farmlands, ensuring a stable future for generations to come.
Inti wena omampanyini a sesi atumi abedi ni nsem no ye twena adwen esiso se ebehia sentem para no sa airline ye betwem na ya bra se ye tu farm godie ewo ye kwaye mu na ye koye ni mu no so no ye bepese obekire kwan a ofa so eje tu galamse asekura kura wo ye mem ha na ye nso se timemfo no ye hu mwa ye de beboa no na wakosa ntokoi when ye ochinasem asema very urgent ye nyina ye hu de si wo oboase na no yi galamse fo edim rashe wo munsem ekọ obi concession mu a edi oyene kase abre oboase fo sine be ya se bi nkosi obi bi foforo no aban no esese otime kasa na okasa family se onso so galamse so empo no ebeyanka ebehia say yebete court purposely for galamsey trial sinebeya yechewa ntempara no yetimi di wasem
say afia ewramu yewo aban foforo yewra mahama nanso yente se waka asem bia afa galamsey ne ho na enam se onka asem bia ni ntino ama sebi nkofu bi omuso ye galamsey na omo adwenbon ne atu afra omo ye galamsey no omuda so kunso no so essay nso essay kwaye essay nsase a yedi yefu afi kura bi kura ko concession ni baby a sebi nkeni kwan so omoko ni nyina efri say omampanyin tumi kansem titru bi amfa galamsey no ho enti de essay ye kan say ye pe a bold directive yedum so omampanya ka directive about on lands, on diplomatic passport. But galamsey ni here pa because yenkwa yensu say Sabria yeka say ya Ghana Water Company wo mu treatment plant ni bi wo krampona o ma close no down.
Abusia mama fa agudie mu se to Diamond Kase na so ma on da adwuma mi din e de dankwa Isaac Dako na yenko na fenso yenko pemu yenko hwe Gaka ne nyame adom omoto aba pani obeda Gaka ye boboko na no na afi o ma hwe atoto nyama enti on the screen no eno ye Gaka election setting course na wuremu a opani a sabe so omoto aba edema no ayera John Kofi Ansa onya aba no 96 anso na Isaac Kumsen enso enya 35 rafenso no aba na omoto no ne ese wo no e ba ko pe wo hwe won omokoto aba na omo ye 132 enti na no Gaka pani a oda obeda wano no Yewura John Kofi Ansa ara watimi edi nkunim ho now ne vice no maame IFN Maku so konka ano Mami ande onya 94 abato na osanso na amankwa so ho no so nya 43 ho na okopiem so wo RFS no so akachi a Gabriel Gordon enya 23 Isaac Gaspar enya 7 ho na Premier rep no so no Inku enya 26 anso na Rahman enya 14 afenso Fred Tanda so na say Tindan enya 18 ho ntinei ohwe inkum ana wura Fred ana etimi nya saaba so de nampani no etimi edom nkoma kakra etudwa yenkote wura John Kofi Ansa omoto aba edman ne nkoma a on sentofo di abra nkunde etimi ekọ edman no ewo na basaso.
That we always have to come together, and this exercise needs to be done every 4 years. So I take it as one of those exercises that have been carried out successfully. My biggest time goes to the election committee chaired by supported it by I think that is not there were a lot of challenges that they have to try and find a way of addressing having them coming to find out what how to do it. I want to tell you that I've been elected. I might have my vision of trying to drive Gaka from this level to another level. Of course, they just passed administration did a lot of work. We will just have to try and pick some of them that.
Okay, anyway, and it because yenko hwe na yenko tie owura Kofi Adams so moto abadman o se ono be sports minister o nkomo kakra 8 minutes to djudwa kakra wotimi se obeboa ama oman Ghana yen football no so etimi Ghana national pa ye hwe ni kwan se Ghana ebetimi afa ne tuma pa enso etimi efra.
Well, I know there's been malnourished and funding in the sports industry, maybe except one area, said Black Stars. All others don't get the funding. So I've been thinking about how to get reliable, stable funding sources for all other sports, whilst we still do something for Black Stars, because it is the big thing. Whether we like it or not, that remains the big thing. So it must get its fair share of the funding. But even for that one to succeed very well in terms of long to medium term objective, we need to go back also to the grassroots. It's achievable. It's achievable. That's what I'm saying. When we all come together and discuss what we think has affected our various sports fields and the funding thing that I talk about, the next question that we will be answering will be, how do we put money in the fund to take care of all these situations that we think when it is done, it will help the industry grow. So we'll see. I've suggested one way of the existing funds that we can take a percentage. There's this Assembly Common Fund also that has been funding some sports intervention facilities.
Yeromo amonanense mone ahwe na Europa League matches a omoguso ebo na anya senketo akwa Yeromo our second half na ene enbena AZ Akma enso Roma and Aventan so na Glimet enso ne Inter enso timi Aventan so Fenerbahce against Lyon and afenso Hoffenheim Tottenham Hotspur timi Aventan so Mamo enso tenafie na enso timi ahwe ma bia enso na timi agena na so Porto and Olympiacos enso ana Queen's Park enso na tia free na afenso no watimi ahwe ama bibia enso timi akwankan edama Victoria Pleasant enso and Anderlecht so Frankfurt enso tenafie enso any France virus etimi Aventan so Lazio and Real Sociedad enso be Aventan so na Man United ebetena Old Trafford enso ni Rangers etimi dia abone Tottenham Hotspur adia on Hoffenheim no akense na guso ko so Tottenham etimi ahye kan mienu a Hoffenheim enso intimate saka na nei enso enya match sa be koso anwumre na otwe na Union SDA tenafie and Braga etimi de awota so Ayas ebekọ away na afa so no Silver Praha enso kọ away to Poa na motimi de awota so away games ebekọ so Europa matches nim enti bon modern se obo ni enso akọma na watimi ahwe senia games nya ebesifa abekọ akwakoye Man United dodo na ebompa ye de man sende obetimi enya 3 points ho na watimi qualify to Europa League ano nkoma ye de nya so ejaw ende anwumrei na afi ime sorry no na enuanom de dam kase nya so bewie di amamedin de dankwa Isaac Dako makra nyina
Ewusiafo ya sambo bibiara kwa babio Diamond Kasiye so eni aha ene bre be ma ye kwan na ye de kasebo ni nyina ebeba na wie ye ansane ye be kon ma ye fasida ma Diamond Grand Drill Estates, Diamond Grand Travel and all
Aseda Fabric and a Rich May Beauty Supply.
Ben Light Enterprise and our face ha Justly Empire.
Ne kra an Italian enterprise.
Enyume kwei adaruma ene enyume wo mo eboy ye chidoma ye de Diamond Kasiye ebesum akenkanfo eyeme. Ma osikpanyo menu aba.
Efia frempoma.
Yakram. Yes,
Gazi. What else? Just pray for your enemies. Ready? Now.
Coulda friend, coulda enemy, coulda every gunman see I made them watch. Coulda me, coulda you, coulda my fake friends, yes my fake friends. Coulda them, coulda myself, coulda family, coulda Mrs. String. Or coulda my own girlfriend, coulda my boss, or anyone, enemies.
Hello, careful. I have cute bags and more. Now, what you should cute bags and more. What you mokola shopping mall or ever 31st one more. Open say guys be able to come bags. One more from Chenwa Bawen Kakra. Open GCB branch. Our Onsa right. Now, the opposite. T-shirts, baby, any Lacoste. Now, when you have gone over when you go step school, the full step school now. You is a pass and interphone on the pump, but you want one now. Get on banks, affordable quality. Now, baby, and I think bag bia uko ya simu ha ya wo Prada ya wo Praha ya wo Dio Gucci Louis Vuitton yes na ya wo bi bags bia mpobwa emunye ya wo mpobwa bia slippers say sandals say shoe say flat shoe say den ya wo ni na ya wo di kwa sorry I for there ya wo clutches wo ya ifu ananse ebia wo bie ayoko dinner bia na bia go to me credit akọ there were nice small bags so wa wo to me ebia wo go hani heavy ejo go to me credit akọ no wasan bia ba mboba ni de free keke ms wo go there were different Fendi there are different types of me to know go to now and say we can compare the papa bags and more. Now Benya na upizia. The telephone numbers is 020-915-6336. 020-915-6336. So now this million I 02444 4 means to be 02444-11223. Madam Asibe.
Will, okay, mama, smile for me. Don't you ever cry for me. Some people just want me to break down, so losers go speed up and take what I have for me. No way.
Guide me from my enemy. So me now know what me do them. They one shoot, one hurt, one pull me down. Ever. Oh God Almighty, could they kind of enemies don't come my way, yeah. And every obstacles, please don't come my way, yeah. To all me fake friends.
It's Joe made it.
Me yedi I see me penny pa. Because sounds why I see me yedi. Kweku anansi, se madam pa ne ya kame hunsim. Mabra menya me kakra me bibi frase. Me minima wana me dense guase. Life is a wild carnival. Mama me many be why I can wash. Ekita me na wini bia me to me pass it. I cherish every moment, me my spirit dey free. Life is a wild carnival. Mama me many be why I can wash. And pim time pim.
I hire Sister Best Enterprise. You are in Memanioma. Baby to say jeans trousers, jeans shorts, khaki trousers, check trousers, check knickers, plain knickers, lily knickers. After your Lacoste, your t-shirts. After Seban and Cora, your Encora Lacoste, your Encora t-shirts, your Encora jeans trousers, and I want Cora material trousers. After Seban and Badia, your Emba jeans trousers, cargo trousers, and they want t-shirts. After your Emba and Cora, so jeans cargo, jeans t-shirts, and a normal Lacoste for Encora. After so pay a trial choir, your Sudu, OPGT Bank, and I so pay a telephone number to swap 0248 76 75 62 Bakusini 99 73 5183.
And pim time, dummy. The top of you are my son, sorry. Nabusuya DPM in water. Any mere won't pop one who can come. Me friend in a minute, no dear. Me Shabrani will be at the end of it. Me at the end, and I be in a hammy. Man, find send me in penny. You see your time, and I'm a real barman. Yammy comedy and come a day, coming when I'm. Life is a lonely journey. You take me and I strive for my family. What you I'm a soldier, one man soldier.
Osame suye, where he me free more. I'm a near me come
me way me free more. Yes, so
I go mindful. Where you the mamu. Aha, a light enterprise. I wa so kind city light junction. In no maybe I do mujuma tail light. Headlight, front and back bumpers, front grill, down grill. There's also on side lighting travigators. There's on fog lighting so. Either light na spec light, charger, normal, American type, Japan type, China. Ni na ya who party now of the light enterprise. Where the trauma say mo beba abuso kan city light junction. Mo be share the light enterprise na mo ni edujuma. The one on person to do no one can some cotton so you will also sakesi I have mama I the man conform person to no more cotton. Yes, answer delivery nationwide. Say a Priscial, a Kumasi, a Takrade, a North, a Taka, a Honina, delivery ma. I did be a person fan spare car. Your shame say only the light enterprise about Bedi Juma. Your special discount via Yama Diamond TV as your phone into fair numbers to now cast off a number no Diamond TV. Your special discounts via your Tisudma. Your showing only the light enterprise Baby Yojuba. The light enterprise, your satisfaction is our priority.
So whoop Ben Light Enterprise a truck when dia wo aboso kan City Light Junction honoma and also bit me a friend penny for 0247 888591 and 0245 966 186. 0599 640 186 and number 0530 122 484. Ben Light Enterprise Sebra. Na yen spec your car and farm mouth.
I go mindful. Where you the mamu. Aha, a light enterprise. I wa so kind city light junction. In no maybe I do mujuma tail light. Headlight, front and back bumpers, front grill, down grill. There's also on side lighting travigators. There's on fog lighting so. Either light na spec light, charger, normal, American type, Japan type, China. Ni na ya